A destination space, a successful 6-test flight of SpaceX's Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built, will send people back to the moon and beyond. The uncrewed test taking place at the company's Starbase launch complex in Texas, but will soon be blasting off from our Space Coast. Spectrum News 13's Greg Pallone is live for us at Kennedy Space Center. Greg, how did this test go?
It went well, Tammy. It's still going on. As a matter of fact, we're going to show you the feed here in a moment as Starship's going to be making a soft landing, we hope, in the Indian Ocean. But again, a successful launch. So that first part of this 6-test flight was a success. The goal to see how the Starship performs throughout this, gather data for future crewed missions and also future launches from right here at the Kennedy Space Center. This is what we saw at exactly 5 p.m. from Texas.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Excitement from the SpaceX team in Hawthorne, California, as the world's most powerful rocket ever built launching from Boca Chica, their Starbase there. Just absolutely amazing. 400 foot tall. It's a mega rocket firing all 33 Raptor engines, producing some 16 million pounds of thrust from Starbase. Starship is comprised of a super heavy rocket booster and the spacecraft capable of launching 100 people to orbit and then to deep space destinations in the future. Now, less than 7 minutes after liftoff, SpaceX had intended to land the booster back at the launch pad and be caught by the chopstick arms on the pad's tower. They called that off. They were having some technical issues, so they decided to go ahead and do a landing in the Gulf of Mexico, a controlled landing. This is what that looked like.
Ocean. It executed an excellent coast, made its way down through re-entry, relit its engines, did that flip maneuver, relit its engines for landing burn, and then splashed down into the Indian Ocean. Now that whole flight test concluded, that splashdown 1 hour, 5 minutes.
Now back on October 13th, on the 5th test launch of Starship, or 4th rather, I should say, the booster came back, again 5th, my apologies. The booster came back and was caught in midair successfully for the first time ever. You know, SpaceX calling off that portion of this flight test, saying that the conditions were just not right, their criteria was not being met. So we'll wait for the next test flight and hopefully have that again. The goal of these test flights is to send humans back to the moon. That's on NASA's Artemis missions coming up in the next couple of years. Also to Mars and beyond. Starship will be launching from our Space Coast coming in the next couple of years. Let's take the SpaceX feed live as we're looking at Starship about to make its landing in the Indian Ocean.
The engines will shut down prior to the water making impact, prior to the vehicle making impact with the water.
Our ship is doing great so far. There's those engines relighting.
What a great reorientation by Starship.
Wow.
All 3 down to 2 into the water.
Starship is landed.
Wow.
And we have ship splashed down in the Indian Ocean.
Some awesome buoy cam action here. Daylight views.
Incredible. We really pushed the limits on shipping and made it all the way back down to Earth.
I am shocked, to be honest. I think many folks are. The fact that it survived all the way through while flying a lesser jet.
I think we're all shocked. I heard the commentators right there. This is not science fiction anymore. This is science fact. We're seeing the launch of the largest, most powerful rocket ever built. We're seeing its booster come back, potentially to be caught in midair, essentially, back to the launch pad. We did see them divert to the Gulf of Mexico, but then an hour and 5 minutes later, the landing of Starship in the Indian Ocean. This is the future of spaceflight, and we are seeing it in real time. Just an absolutely incredible test mission, test flight for Starship. We'll, of course, be there for Test 7 and beyond as, again, SpaceX looking at launching an uncrewed flight of Starship to Mars in 2026. Then the Artemis 3 mission, sending NASA astronauts back to the moon in 2028 for the first time since 1972. Live at the Kennedy Space Center, Greg Pallone, Spectrum News 13.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your community, click the subscribe button here. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.